Recording. Yo, what's up? This is Girl Kiana. I'm here with Artist Spotlight. Today with me, I have the artist, Ryan the Humble. How you doing today?
I'm doing well, blessed and highly favored. Thank you.
Yes, amen. Amen. I'm glad that you're here with us today. Well, I won't even say us. I will just say me. Why don't you just start out telling me a little about yourself, kind of introduce yourself, and that's where we're going to start.
Alright, well, I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina, 704, everybody listening. I started writing consistently since the 6th grade, and ever since then, I just kind of taken it with me and ran with it, and I started putting it to music when I was in college.
Mm-hmm.
So I just kind of put my loves together and found a whole new passion for it.
So in 6th grade, what was you writing? Was you writing like poetries, or was you writing like raps, or like what was you really writing?
Oh, they were straight poems. Because my 6th grade teacher, she had us write a book of poems using different types, sonnets, free verse, things like that, haikus. And I just really loved doing that. It just made me happy, like hearing how words rhyme and things like that together, and how you can just do it in so many different ways. So I was straight poetry. That's my foundation. And that's what kind of propelled me into the whole music thing.
Okay. So, I see that you sent me a song called The Black Queen. Tell me a little bit about your song, Black Queen, that's playing right now.
This song is probably one of the, if not the most important
It's my favorite.
song. For real?
It's my favorite.
Oh,
Out of the two you sent me, that's my favorite.
All right, well, I'm very glad. Because honestly, I just feel like black women aren't appreciated, especially in the media and the music. And if that's what all we're listening to, then why not we put something out there? Like, y'all are always the first to have our backs. Y'all are always there for us. I mean, we always go, we have our in-house problems, but at the end of the day, it's always going to be love. Like, I know where I can go to for real love. Like, something that's made for me.
Like, I know I heard you at the beginning of the song, you was like, it was this white girl that she couldn't. I was like, hey. Shout out to Ryan.
Well, the reason why I put that was actually a real experience. It just didn't get to connect. Now, I'm not saying like all white girls or anything like that, but it just put the emphasis on why the black woman is just so important to me. Because there are certain situations, certain struggles that that nobody but the black woman is going to understand.
Right.
Like, I put it this way. If we're sitting there watching the news, me and this, white girl or whatever, watching the news, and we see another unarmed black teen has been killed, and everybody's going back and forth about what's going on, I'm going to be hurt. You're going to feel sorry for me, but you're not going to feel what I'm feeling. So we're not going to connect on that.
Right.
I mean, I can appreciate your sympathy, but anybody can sympathize rather than empathize.
Right. Love it. I always say that. That's always the argument. I'm going to say, what's the quote? I have a friend that has a brother that has their relationship with their opposite, and just seeing how they interact with each other as a friend, of course, and just like outside looking in, you just kind of see like where he kind of cuts off the conversation, where when he goes in like, talking about systematic racism and oppression of being a black man, and he goes in the whole conversation, and then you could just see where she totally can't relate.
That's what I'm saying.
And then it's not even there when she's talking. You can see it in her eyes, so she just goes to.
I mean, because it has to be awkward. Like, now, don't get me wrong. Different strokes for different folks. And you love what you love. I understand that. But at the same time, there's just certain things that cannot be shared or like understood, especially the way society is today. I'm not gonna be able to talk about that with this non-black woman. Like, she's not. I mean, I can talk to her about it, but it's just
you're not gonna feel that same love, that same. I understand. We building each other up, that type of thing.
Like, you crying for me, cry with me, type thing. You can't cry with me. Not,
Yeah, I know. In the figurative,
figuratively.
We have those political correct people that's gonna be like, oh.
My Facebook is so full of that. It makes me
Look,
so mad.
and I'm on Facebook Live too, so I already know. Like, I have a whole lot of like, and I'm gonna be honest. I probably in my family, I can count on both sides of my family who had either dated or had kids with white people, and it's 3. And look, and it's just like every time I can see the frustration from them, because I can see where when my papa, he was alive on my dad's side, he would be like, "Oh, you still got jungle fever," and then he'll be, but the thing is, he loved his grandbaby. Michaela, she's mixed, but he loved the grandbaby. But every time he'll mention, he'd be like, "You got that jungle fever. I need you to get rid of it."
Oh, no.
Yeah, cause he real old school, and that whole generation is totally different from our generation, I will say. But okay, so let's change over to lighter subjects. I see, okay, your name Ryan the Humble, cause I do follow you on Twitter. I always was like, maybe that's just the Twitter name that you have, but then I see that's something that you also kind of carry your brand as. So just kind of explain to me, like, where did you get that name from?
I actually got that name from just what I've been dealing with for the past couple of years. Like, a lot of crazy stuff had happened to me, and it really brought me to a very humble point, to where I knew, like, it's not just that I know I'm humble, because humble people don't talk about how humble they are.
Right.
But it's always, like, I use that name to speak into existence, to continue to work on being humble and to humble myself, because I remember from where I came from. So I use Ryan the Humble as a reminder, as well as a name, and as well as a newer trend. Everybody talks about, there's no point in being humble.
Right.
Like, brag.
Fuck being humble.
Yeah, but at the same time, it don't get you nowhere. Like, when you're humble, you're receptive to things, you listen to things, and I just feel like you have more of a heart for people, when you're humble, because it's just so many good things that come with it. I can't really name anything negative.
Right.
Being humble doesn't mean you're not confident, or it doesn't mean you're not,
assertive.
you don't have dignity or assertive. Like, yeah, it's just knowing when and where to be a certain way, and understanding that you don't control everything.
Cause I actually liked the name. I was like, Ryan the Humble. I was like, wow. And I was like, even though I was like, I'm not gonna lie, the first thing that clicked in my head was, oh, Tyler the Creator.
Oh my God.
Well, I'm not saying that I'm comparing you guys' arts or whatever. I'm just like, oh, okay, Ryan the Humble, Tyler the Creator. I'm like, is this? I'm not saying it's a trend. But I'm just like, you don't see so often where someone's put like the, and I'm about to use this descriptive word to describe who I am. So what are you doing out in Charlotte right now? Do you have any projects that you're currently working on?
Yes.
So what is that?
I'm extremely excited about this project I'm putting out. It's called Vital Signs, The Floetic Tragedy. Basically, from beginning to end, it's a story. It's a straight story, so it's not just going to be like tracks we can listen to at a kickback or turn up. It's like something you have to sit there and really listen to, because you're going to have script, but then you're going to have songs in there as well. And really vibing in. Basically, it's a love story, but of course by the word tragedy, something has to die. And it's coming from an uncommon perspective. The reason why I say it's uncommon is because usually, you sleep on the main character. That's why I'm saying it's uncommon, because nobody even expects to see it from where it's coming from. Like, it's actually the good guy who's trying, and wants to be something with somebody who's not really ready. But I can't.
Don't tell me the whole thing. It's out. Look, I'm already like.
I'm trying to tell you.
So I like the visual to it, because I've seen artists with like the kind of similar taste that you have with the poetry and spoken word, that when they kind of do like their own shows or they do live performances, I've actually seen them kind of put like a visual with it. So are you thinking about doing any visuals with your projects?
This next project? Oh man, I'm actually going to turn it into a short film.
Short? Ooh, lemonade.
Like, it's gonna be a film, kind of like that. When she came out with that, I had to give her props, because I thought that was really cool, like a straight album, just visually watching it. And she used a lot of different cool stuff, and everything really had meaning. So that's really something I'm gonna do. I'm gonna add. I like to think of myself as like the black nerdy weird kid too. So I'm gonna add a lot of that into it as well, just giving it that genuine feel because there's not a lot of music out there for us.
Right.
So.
Because I'm gonna say throughout, I'm gonna play your other song. Because even though I like playing this Black Queen song, because like I said, it is my favorite. So tell us about your website. I see that you mentioned that you have a tape called The Humble King with a Q.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
yeah.
Not gonna ask about that.
Mm-hmm.
Would you go ahead and tell me about the tape that you have and released on your website, Humble Kingdom? That's great. I would say like I just know artists with websites. I like that because it's almost like it's organized. I don't have to go to like SoundCloud and go to Apple Music and then download Spinrilla and it's a lot.
And that's really like a tug like that I deal with because I mean a lot of people have Spinrilla or go to SoundCloud for certain things, but I really wanted to put my project on my own because I really want to do a lot of self-made things as much as possible. Mm-hmm. So my frat brother, my Profite, actually made the website for me. Everything is in-house basically. And the way he had it organized, I loved it because it just gave everybody a time to just think and sit with the song because it means something. Humble King was the tape that saved me and brought me out of what I was dealing with because I allowed myself to be, I guess, used by the music. And I let God really work with me on this tape because I didn't want anything to seem artificial. I said things that people would think were lame or not cool to see or anything like that, but I ain't have time. If I'm gonna create a tape and it's gonna be me, it's gonna be straight Ryan. Like it's not gonna be like, oh, I'm about to drop this mixtape. Oh, all right, type of thing. You know what I mean?
Right. Mm-hmm. For everybody that wants to see his website, it's called Humble Kingdom, but the kingdom is spelled with a Q, so it's humblekingdom.com. He has his tape on there that's released, and I'm sure that he have more artistry on there, more about him, that you can reach him. Oh, just tell the people that wants to find your music, because honestly, y'all know if I love the song, the music is usually some good. Like, not even some good, it's usually the song that'd be like, oh shit, like this on some, not even gonna lie, when I heard Black Queen, I immediately thought of Brown Skin Lady by Q-Tip. And I was, and I think his name is Talib Kweli. Yeah. And I was just like, oh shit, like, because when I heard that song, I was like, yo, this song just makes me feel like brown skin lady. I'm like, oh, I really like this song. And then when I heard that song, I'm like, oh, this reminds me of that song. And then I'm just like, if I'm like, yeah, it's some good, usually they be like, oh yeah, it's kind of related into something empowering. And I will say, like, throughout, like, the people that I've been interviewing, which I have interviewed, like, great artists around North Carolina and that has came here, but honestly, I just really liked the fact that you sent me the song that was more that I can relate to, the Black Queen. So I really appreciate your artistry with that.
Oh man, that really means a lot.
Oh, you're welcome.
Especially coming from the famous kid.
What does that mean? The famous. What does this mean?
You could tweet the most simple thing and have everybody commenting or everybody mentioning you, retweeting. You'd be like, I had some good eggs this morning. Girl, me too. I had some eggs. How you cook your eggs? All types of stuff. Yeah, don't sleep.
Look,
don't sleep.
I'm not even gonna sit here and act like that's not true or whatever. But I will say that my following base and I have great conversations when I do be tweeting. I will say that.
Well, that says a lot about who you are too. If you have people who are, good people who follow you, that says something about yourself.
Yes, I'm a great person. For those that want to know about me, I am a great person. Y'all know that I'm a great person. I can be a little bitchy, but it's always with love. Y'all know I'm the black mama out the group. When you have the group of girls that be cop blocking, I am that girl.
Like, at least you own it.
Look, if she came with me, she leaving with me.
Hey,
You can go pick her up when we drop her off at the house.
A lot of people just need friends like that.
Look, and it's nothing wrong with it. You always get like the like of course with Twitter is the now of the this is how you supposed to live your life, and if you don't live your life from this tweet, like you ain't shit. So
that goals stuff.
Yeah, and it's like everything is goals, relationship goals, and I'm just like, I think for the new year, I think I kind of made realistic goals for me. I'm gonna talk to you after your goals. But I think for 2017, I made realistic goals of not trying to compare my success, like measure my success by my friend's success. So, and I've now, talking with God and just kind of like realizing that, everything that I'm doing and my choices that I'm making, everything is kind of coming with time. So, I also been trying to make sure that I reach out to a lot of students that, are getting in that frustrating period. And I will say that I think for my goals this year that I'm basically I can't be envious of not being where I want to be. So that kind of helped me a lot, realizing like me being able to vocalize saying that sometimes, I am envious. I think that kind of helped me grasp the fact that, Kiana, you need some more fucking work. Like, this is why you're not where you are. So, for inspirational words for the people that need it,
Oh, yeah.
Just, know that your time is coming on your own. You can't really be jealous and be mad and throw a hissy fit, but you just got to work harder. So what are some goals that, that you set for the new year for Ryan the Humble and also Ryan Mitchell?
Oh, wow. I have to say I definitely feel you on that. That's something that I'm trying to work on as well. Definitely not trying to measure, where I am against somebody else, because people rarely post the struggles. They will always post the success.
Mm-hmm.
But even beyond that, just realizing, that it is all in God's timing, and that I have faith in what I'm doing right now. Very strong faith, because when I'm in there and I'm in the booth, everything just feels great. It feels good. I could do that all day.
Right.
Like that would feel me. That makes me whole. Goals as far as Ryan the Humble, get this project done and release. I was trying to release it at the beginning of January, but I might end up releasing it in February. Only because it's just becoming more and more beautiful as it goes along. And the young lady who is on the track who's playing the role of who I call her, amazing artist. I wish I could plug her, but it's like it's a secret, and we're just gonna keep it on the low. But what I'm telling you, it's just gonna be my heart out there.
I don't know why it's just like the aura right now that I'm getting like so much of like the Tribe Quest, and I'm getting so much like Nubian type vibes right now. I'm just getting
I am so honored that you would say that, to be for real, because like when people say that when they getting the vibes, I don't play about that. Like people say I get vibes off people. I really make sure I'm projecting the kind of vibe that I want to and that I am. So like for you to say that, it really makes me happy, because I just think I'm just like some chill.
Yes, like I'm receiving it. Like I'm just like everything that you're talking about, especially like. Because I'm a visual person, so when you're talking about your project and you're not giving too much detail, but you're giving me just enough where right now I could just see like purple ribbons in my face. Like
purple ribbons?
I can see like purple ribbons.
What color are those ribbons?
Purple.
Sorry, my fraternity.
Oh my gosh, wow. I didn't even catch on to that. I can catch like the purple, like I could see like a full jet black type of like endless space, but like you know how like Stevie Wonder had the ribbons in the sky? Like I can just see like a purple ribbon just kind of like just like flowing. And then every time you talk about it, I'm just like, damn, that sounds like a dope ass project that I'm about to. But then I can also see yellow, so I'm just seeing, I'm getting so many
It's
like
a gold.
but no, it's not a gold. It's not a gold.
Dang, won't even let me have a gold.
No, it's not no gold. But it's giving me like all these colors are like my grandma are like what's that word she used? It's like king wise, like royalty, like, you know, not saying excluding your fraternity.
No. I'm just receiving right now.
Okay, receiving it. Okay. But like the colors, like she always told me that purple always meant royalty, and then you know, gold, and that's what I'm envisioning right now. So anything that I get like good vibes, and I always ever so slightly get projects where I'm just like, well, I need to make sure that I'm kind of keying in, which I really hope that, you know, if you ever do spoken word and you have the time to do like a visual, that you let me know, because I will want to go to a visual. That way that I'm just in the dark and just listening.
Oh, definitely.
I like to listen.
When this tape actually drops, you do me a favor.
What?
When you listen to it, give yourself, I don't know how long this tape is going to be. When I first thought it was going to be about like 8 songs, it was about 40 minutes, 30 minutes. But the way it's looking, you might have to give yourself almost a solid hour. Chill, turn your lights off, put your headphones in,
and just
close
listen.
your eyes. I mean, if you drink, you know, do you,
right.
Whatever creates the vibe, but just allow yourself just to go there. That's all I ask.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie, I'll probably be listening to it at girls' night, because we me and my girls, well, we just one of our goals is to meet up at least one Friday out the month and just kind of bring like everything to the table. And my part is where I bring like art. So I bring like, you know, I heard this new artist on SoundCloud, or this new person on Twitter, or, you know, let's just listen to this. This is the, like, I'm picking all the music. And then of course we just have like, we just vibe. And of course, you know, that's how we build that's how they build their fan base. Because I'm just like, yo, I'm that friend that's like, yo, I'm learning the lyrics because I really like this song. So every time I'm listening to you talk, and then I'm listening to like the background, I'm just like, wow, like I'm just feel like I'm really listening to like some old school ass music.
You know, and I had to I remember what you just said. When you said you got the Tribe Called Quest. That is the second time I've heard that, and I have to say I am honored, because when I listen to Tribe Called Quest, I'm just like, bro, this is what I really like feel. This is how some people vibes you get, because they
go off.
So
like they go off. Like my favorites, like I'm not even gonna lie, like that's what I'm saying. When I thought of Brown Skin Lady, I'm just like, damn, this song, because that song makes me feel good. So when I'm listening to that song, I'm like, damn, this song is making me feel really good right now. I'm like, okay, well, I need to make sure, how can I get this song on my phone?
You know, from your desktop, you can download it off the website, the whole album.
Look, that's probably what I'm about to do when I get on my phone, because I'm one on my phone. I'm not gonna want it on my laptop. My laptop is too much light.
Oh, I'm just like, it won't download off the phone. I wish it could, but what kind of phone you got?
I got an iPhone.
Exactly, iPhone don't be downloading nothing.
Oh yeah, because they got. I'm just so tired of that damn iPhone. I'm about to do it on my damn laptop. That's crazy.
But when you do, I promise you, it'll still be worth it.
I'm still gonna do it, and I'm gonna bring this whole little email with these songs. I'm like, look, if y'all feel it, we can go to the website. If not, you know, we can skip on. But I want y'all to at least listen. And it's great. It's great. I'm glad that you're giving me such good aura. Well, such good conversation.
Well, I'm trying not to bust you. I'm on camera.
Look.
Cameras right now. But let me pass.
Uh-oh, your battery about to dissolve. Look, you got people on your comments.
Yeah, I had some comments.
You got people commenting. I wish I had people commenting on my stuff.
I'm sure yours is popping. Ain't nobody watching right now. Comments. Everybody, they just disappeared on me now.
I got a little bit. I got some comments. Here and there. But, it was another question I wanted to ask. Like when you're doing your projects, you know, you're writing. What are some thoughts that kind of motivate you and inspire you to create such wonderful projects?
When I'm writing, it's always experience and imagination. Humble King was mostly experience, as well as Vital Signs would be a lot of experience, but it's going to require a lot of imagination too, because I really took it there, and want to make sure I made it relatable. And I think honestly, now that I'm talking about it out loud, I might want to release it around Valentine's Day.
Ooh.
Just, to fit that love.
Yes, that love. Listen to it with your girl in the car.
Because there's one song on there that, I ain't even gonna go there. I ain't gonna say it. I'm just saying, there's this one song that just, really turns the evening up.
We grown. I mean, my imagination are turned up. I'm thinking, drinking and stuff.
It's called The Night Before the Morning After.
Oh no, I'm thinking about Marsha Ambrosia. It's gonna be a late night, early morning. I like that song.
I can't wait to see what you think about this next.
Oh, I'm about to be. Look, I'm telling you, I'm the first one that's gonna be like, oh my god, what the fuck? This the song that you told me? Hell, what in the world? Cause even in this Black Queen, he's talking about asses and stuff. I'm like, whoa.
Oh, man.
Ooh.
I try to, but even when I talk about certain things like that, I try to say it in the most poetic way possible, just to kind of take.
But that's what makes it cute. It was like, wait, he's not saying like, oh, she got a fat ass, but he's just like basically complimenting her sculpture, voluptuousness. It's beautiful. I love it. Share.
And that's another thing I want to do in music as well. If I'm talking about Black women, I'm not talking about just one and like light skin or whatever. I want to make sure I want to speak as if I'm talking about the whole spectrum, because Black comes in all different shades. That's just how beautiful we are as a people. But I just want to make sure, and not excluding sizes either. You can't sleep on the thicker sisters.
Okay.
Being for real, you can't sleep. Because, we all need love too, and there's beauty in everybody, so why not share that in the music as well? It can't be biased.
No, it can't be biased. You gonna love a woman, you gonna have to love a woman. If you love a Black woman, you gonna have to love a Black woman. Just like you just can't love dark skinned women when they oiled up. Message! Message!
Dropping bombs.
Let me say it one more time.
One more time.
You just can't love dark skinned women when they all oiled up. Message for those foes out there. Have to keep that.
Yeah, you gotta say that. You have to.
I mean, it's ridiculous that that we have to talk about stuff like that. That Black women or particularly like my dark skinned sisters have to go on social media and just describe their experience with men about their skin tones, but give the other Black woman that's lighter than them some other type of treatment, or even not even just talking about romantically, professionally, still having to deal with that discrimination. So I will say, like, it's just it shouldn't be that way. But of course, the more we talk about it, the more open dialogue we have about it. But we can't just be talking. We have to have people that are listening. Active listening.
And I'm just going to be honest, and I like to say this and be upfront. I haven't always been the way I am now. There were times, like when I was younger, a lot younger, where I was really just light-skinned this and whatnot, because that's what I had been around. But at the same time, like, I allowed myself to dive in. My mom was combating this the whole time, and she was trying to chop it up to me growing up at a certain point. And then when I did, I just kind of wanted to go back and like yank my younger self, because it's like, bro, like, you tripping right now. Like, there's so much beauty out here, and beyond just the outward experience, like, you are cheating yourself out of a whole other
group of women.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I can't even find the words, because like when I would think about it, it was just, I still wonder where I made the change. Like, when did that change for me? But when it did, and when I really started to see the beauty in all of us, I was in awe the whole time, and I'll never ever go back to that, seeing only this is beautiful
colors views.
All of it, like.
Well, and that's another thing, that you could just tell in like the way you're talking at, and I think that has a lot to do with the energies that I'm getting. You can kind of tell growth. like in how you're talking about, your past versus, your now, your projects, and you just even like in your music, kind of like how you're perceiving black women, and not just your music, but just being a follower on your social media, you can just tell, and like it's not superficial. Everything is like, you can tell that you're growing from something and you're not going back to it, and you can tell it in the way that your music and in like how you're presenting yourself. So I always say that that's important, and who I talk to. If I'm very strong with energy. Like from the time that you say hello, or if you don't say hello, or the way you look. Like I'm just not the way you look appearance wise, but how you just look to me, as in like and visually, like you're looking at me weird, or if you're looking at me kind of like shy, I'm automatically getting like, oh, this is not gonna go good. This is gonna be boring, or oh, okay, he alert. I'm here. We good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here. So I would just say, everything that I'm getting right now. Well, I got a question, because I just got a question on my feed. They want to know, is you single or not?
Oh, yeah, I am.
Oh, single in the building. Yeah. That's a yes. I have to make sure I tell her yeah. Now, whether she follow you or not, drop your Twitter at right quick.
Oh, you can follow me on Twitter at HumbleKing, HumbleQing. Same thing for Twitter as well.
So, whether, she at you or not, that's up to her.
Of course.
But we are getting, ask him his relationship status.
What?
Yeah, they love men that appreciate black women, because it's what women we don't have time for anymore is teaching a grown man how to be a grown man.
And that's something that I really noticed too, and that I try to take part, because yes, it's of course something that y'all should say and remind us of, but it's time for us to call each other out on it too. Mm-hmm. Because if we're not checking each other, we're never gonna feel checked like enough to make a change about it. So that's why I try to do my Twitter. I don't tolerate black women slander
at
all, anywhere, shape or form. I try to speak up every time it comes up. And I don't do it for the retweets and the likes. I mean, that's nice because you're sharing it, but at the same time, it's just how I genuinely feel. And I had to remember, when I used to be like that, my sister, she's darker skinned. But when I was talking about light skin this, light skin that, how could that, be making her feel? And I love my sister to death. We the closest you ever find brothers and sisters, but it was like I just knew something wasn't right there, and I had to kind of break away from how media was portraying dark-skinned women as well, like always being the loud or ghetto, like just thinking they're all like Dejanay or the
right. I did see that.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I did see that.
That's not the case at all.
And it was that whole discussion, which is basically, oh, excuse me, but that whole the tweet that I read on social media around, like, is basically not giving black women a chance to be other than the stereotype. You have the people that stop them at the front door. You're a black woman, so you're either gonna be that loud black woman, that self-hating black woman, that man-hating, never can keep a man, or you're gonna be that one. It's just so many stereotypes, and it's crazy. It's so many stereotypes, and right off gate, it's which one are you? Not, let me present myself to you and show you that, I'm not fitting into stereotypes. I'm actually outside of stereotypes. Or I'm outside the box. And then when you get outside the box, where this is very trendy, like they be like, oh, I love women that aren't like trends, and I love women that aren't like blah, blah, blah. But little do we know, if the first time they see a black woman step out that box and they're not what they're used to seeing, it's criticism, drag her to hell, we don't want her anymore in the black community, bye. I mean, that's kind of what's happening with Chrisette Michele right now. I don't even know if you noticed, it's kind of like a public murder to her whole career. Like, I don't know if you heard about her accepting the invitation to Donald Trump's inauguration to sing, and she was just. I think they were saying she got over 700K, and it was like she sold her soul. And I'm just thinking to myself, I'm literally watching the public murder of Chrisette Michele when she has showed nothing but love to people, and I'm just like, damn, like, whether she needed the money or whether she wanted to be that bridge, like I don't even know if you watched Lil Mo on the Fam. She's on the podcast. But she was just saying, whether it's Chrisette Michele, if she has to be the one to bridge that gap to make understand that this is our president now, and we're gonna.
He's y'all's president.
Look, I'm quoting Little Mo. She said that if Chrisette, she was quoting Chrisette Michele, but if Chrisette Michele had to be the one to bridge the gap between black people and Donald Trump, that she was willing to be that tool. And I was just thinking to myself, like, what a big price to pay for trying to do so much more than what people think you're doing.
And I can see why you say that, and I ain't jump into that whole Chrisette Michele conversation because we're not really gonna know what the effect her performance has until after she performs.
Right.
She go up there and do some of the most blackest anti-establishment song ever. Because he just said we just know she signed us to perform. Now, even if she was to go up there and just sing a couple of Forevers, like I don't even know because I don't know what her reason is. I don't know if she's made a statement, and I
just think to myself, who knows her songs that are of that race in the audience? I don't know who that is. That's why I'm just like, they probably like, who? Croissant, who? Croissant, okay. I'm just thinking to myself, like, dang, like, I was talking about that this morning. I'm like, nobody in there gonna know Epiphany. Ain't nobody gonna know The Notebook, like. I was just like in there, just like, damn, like, but if this is what she doing, it was the same thing for like, nah, that ain't the same thing. I ain't even gonna bring that shit up. That whole Jill Scott and on defending Bill Cosby, I ain't bringing that up because that's two different stories.
And I feel like that's one of those conversations where they try to divide the black community by creating one of those.
Oh yeah, ooh, that's A&T right, the winner.
A friend of mine.
Hey.
That's so bad. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're fine. I'm not tripping. I'm just thinking about how you feel about this inauguration.
I'm in an interview. I'm gonna call you back. Hello? Okay, I can't understand.
Is that the guy winner with the dreads?
Mm-mm.
Oh. I was about to say, wait, that ain't even how you spell it.
No, that's what it is. Alright, well, my live feed went whack anyway, so we can continue. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're fine. I was just asking you how you felt about the inauguration.
The inauguration. The obvious, like, wish it was not happening. Wish it could have been the other way around. But I've just been mentally preparing myself since it was like just him left running in the Republican Party. I was just preparing myself because it's always one of those times where it's like the worst that could happen is actually going to happen.
I didn't think he was gonna. I'm not even gonna lie. I thought Hillary was gonna win. I thought because I was in my political science class and we were just talking about how he would be an easy candidate to beat. And I'm just like, oh yeah, like now that you're saying it, Hillary is way overly qualified. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, she has the experience that he never touched or had, and then here we are, and that shit said Donald Trump. Now I was just like, this is not how it was supposed to go.
Yeah, it was.
It went from him being elected to being unexperienced to him nominating a whole bunch of unexperienced ass people in his cabinet, and I'm
you
just
heard
like,
about Miss DeVos?
Yes. With Elizabeth Warren, Senator Elizabeth Warren,
grilling her with them questions.
Grilling, but it's just like that. And I was just trying to make sure that my friends in college were just trying to understand, like, that's the same process that should have happened with the North Carolina Board of Governors. Like how we just got Margaret Spellings, but she was appointed behind closed doors, closed count nominee. Like, we know nothing about her being nominated. We know no voting. So, she was the leader of the same, I think it was housing and education. So the same position that Deborah DuBois is for, Margaret Spellings was under the Bush administration of that same position. So she was in charge of No Child Left Behind. And that whole program was like the reason why I think it was like either 83% of black and brown kids, or either 38%, and it was 83% of black and brown kids were affected by No Child Left Behind. It was basically skipping people up that wasn't ready yet, and ultimately leading to hella dropouts, and just, that whole academic of education at that time. And now she's our new Board of Governors president. And everybody was just like, huh? When? She ain't had no nominee. She don't have no type of experience in anything that job qualifies for. And not just her, our whole, I'm not even sure if you even know, familiar with the Board of Governors and how they're appointed by the General Assembly. But, these whole thing, the whole fucking Board of Governors are the same as Trump nominating inexperienced people. That was what I was driving at. And the same thing is happening in North Carolina, which is why I think I went on my own little rant of like, are y'all fucking serious? This shit just happened in North Carolina and none of y'all blinked the eye.
North Carolina has been creating its own L's in so many
ways. We've been taking major L's.
Right. And I mean, it makes me, even though I push for people to vote regardless, I can understand why some people who have voted and just don't feel like it's going to ever work, because stuff just happens that you feel like you don't have any control over.
Right.
That's why I guess when things really happen, people just kind of take it and roll with it, because as black people, I mean, we've been dealing with stuff. Like, remember when we were all going through the recession and there was a bunch of non-black people who were freaking out about it?
Right.
But we were all just kind of like, welcome.
Hi.
Yeah, but, I mean, this whole Donald Trump thing, I really just wanted to fast forward through these next 4 years. Or to an impeachment, or...
I'm hoping for an impeachment. But at the same time, I'm just got in my mindset where I'm just like, I ain't got no president for the next 4 years. I'm waiting for the next inauguration.
Like, really? Like, I don't even... But at the same time, I remember they used to tell us in school, if, you might not like the teacher you have, but the sub will be so much worse.
Ooh. So, I feel like Mike Pence, his vice president, is so much more conservative than Donald Trump.
Oh, he's worse. That's the sub.
Yeah, and I was thinking to myself about the impeachment. If he were to be impeached, I thought that I don't know what I thought. I didn't think it was gonna be his vice president, but come to find out, I was just researching Mike Pence, and I was just like, this is him?
Yeah.
Like white supremacist to the fullest.
He funded camps to I guess, cure...
Quote unquote cure.
Cure homosexual children or teens and things like that.
I didn't even hear about that. I didn't hear that one. Cure.
Yeah. I mean, it's just... That really just gets under my skin. Like, even if, I'm of Christian faith and whatnot, I go to church and things like that. However, I'm in no position to condemn or demonize anybody, because I do wrong. I sin too. And I'm not finna go out of my way to send people to camps for things. Right. Or just try to... That's just so
dictate people's lives.
Like that's just monstrous in a way. Like
it is. Like you're trying to control someone's livelihood. That's almost that what leads people to these suicide rates, and it leads these people to these murder rates, these serial killers. Like you have so much going on, and it's just like you have people telling you nothing is wrong with me. I want the same human rights in my identity. Then you have people like, no, we are a God country, and we're gonna make sure we put God first.
And it's like, when did y'all ever,
bro? And I'm just like, the founding fathers quoted and told y'all hoes that this government does not need to be quoted or ran with religion. Yeah, George. Who said that? George Washington said that, and the nigga that made electricity with the key,
Thomas Edison,
he said that.
Yeah.
So both of them, in a way, the founding fathers, that's what they call them, was talking about that whole little.
I'm making sure I'm telling you right, because I always get confused between.
I just know, not the man who made the light bulb. That's different than the key and the kite.
You said the key.
Yeah, the one with the key. I don't know which one that is. My bad with the history lesson. Yeah, I'm a dumbass. But
no, man.
I just know. Yeah, I'm just doing that for the political correct. I always tend to do that because I have those people that be like, "What, key? That's not what that is. This is." I'm like, do you know what I meant, right? I'm just making sure.
Yeah. Well, at least you're trying to do it for everybody.
Yeah, I have to make sure. And I can't wait till I get to that point where I'm just like, so, if I got it wrong, man. Like, probably won't even respond because I feel like I'm going to get to just that level where I just don't have to even fucking respond.
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm trying to get to. Like, when all this takes off, I'm not even going to be in control of my social media. Because people going to be expecting opinions on things and be thinking, and I might say something that's just going to be...
Oh, yeah, Ryan the Humble.
Like, Ryan the Humble thinks this. Black women over everybody.
Hey, is that right, supremacist?
I'm like, and that's nothing. I don't think... Alright, I'm going to just say this. I don't think black people can be racist. I don't think...
Black people cannot be racist. You don't need... No. We're not going to say minorities. Because we have a lot of minorities that are rooted in anti-blackness. But we will say that systematically, minors cannot be racist. Systematically, we're going to say that. Okay.
Based off the system.
Yeah. Based off systematic racism, minorities can be racist. But we have minorities that are enrooted in anti-blackness. So, I like to just that's why I said earlier, I don't even care if you Mexican, I don't care if you Chinese, a person of color, you say, nigga, you getting slapped this year. You feel me? And I just... That in there like that. Yeah, sprinkle that in there with the Salt Bae, because I ain't got time. I remember I seen this video, and I was just going on my rant. I'm just like, this is a year where we have, not saying, because I'm the type of person where 2016 was... forgiving, and I'm like, we have racist people, we gotta forgive them, and I was out, that one that was like, we can't keep doing this, we have to forgive. Then I'm just like, you seeing all these people are getting bolder, and I'm just like, okay, we're forgiving, we're healing, we're trying to do the work to release our chains as black folk, and I'm talking about black folk because that's who I'm generalizing on. And then you still have these white folk that are just like, niggas. Like, fuck you, nigga, you dirty ass nigga. And I'm just like, yo, we're coming into this space where we're recording way too much. Like, I can't be that person that's with my phone looking at you the whole time while you disrespecting me, calling me a nigga. Like, I was like, let this be the year where we learn that no matter how many times we forgive folk, until we learn that we gotta slap some people's asses sometimes, not literally their ass, but slap their ass. Is to me, it looks weak. I mean, it's in the form of like, this person is racist. You're recording them. Okay, and?
Alright, so let me ask you this then. Black guy, white woman. White woman calls black guy N-word numerous times. And we go ahead and add it in front of his daughter. Or children, son, daughter, whatever. Should he slap her?
Personally, I think it's a limit with black men and women. Honestly, I feel like if it haven't gotten confrontational where she has spit on you or she has slapped you, as a man, I just feel like you're just like I feel like you could talk the most shit. I feel like you can you can be in her face, like talking however you want to, but at the same time, I just feel like that's a moment where you might need to get your kids, put them somewhere in the car, preferably, lock them in, do whatever you need to do with them. And I feel like if you want to deal with the situation, you can. As a parent, I feel like that's different, but because you don't want to show your kids at such a young age that type of violence, and you always want to make sure that you protect your kids. I feel like in that situation, your kids should be the first concern other than your emotions. So now I always feel like if you are a spectator, say if I see that person out here nigga, I'm seeing these kids, my first reaction is to be in mother mode and be like, I got your kids. I mean, personally, I know I'm a stranger, but at this moment, I'm seeing that you're in need. I got your kids. Like, where you need me to go and while you deal with this situation. Or you can get your kids and dismiss your situation while I'm talking to her.
I like that too.
So, it's just depending on where you are mentally, and I feel like your kids should be the first priority where you need to dismiss your kids. But at the same time, if you a black man by your damn self and it's a white woman all in your face calling you a nigga, I feel like you talk the most shit. I will rip her to shreds. Like, talk hella shit until it's to a point where, because white women, they ain't got no jokes, so they just come back with, they either trying to knock your phone out your hand, and that's when you be like, don't touch me, like, don't touch me, like, you in my face calling me blah blah blah, or it's nothing to be like, yo sis, like, I got a problem, like, this white girl's calling me blah, blah, or I got a problem, like, you need to. And you always know fam is the first one to be like, oh, I'm on the way.
So if I'm in Greensboro, I'm having this issue.
Oh, yeah.
I'll call you.
Let me know. But I'm not coming by myself.
Ooh.
It's never an instance where I'm by myself. And that's just for safety reason because I'm 4'11".
Oh, true. Yeah.
And I always say I'm never by myself unless it's going to be a real messy situation. So I like to always, I tell my homeboys the same thing. I tell my brother the same thing. If you ever in an instance where you don't want to put your hands on a woman or you're not doing it, but it's in a way she keep hitting on you, yeah, like call me, like, or come get me or pull up to the same spot. Like, but I don't ever want my brother to be in a situation where he got a domestic violence charge.
Oh, no. And that's one thing that I kind of am with you on. I can't put my hands on no one. Even when I've been in a relationship where she's beating on me or like hitting me with keys, stuff like that. Like I'm not going to. Now, if it would have been like she grabbed some knife, I'm not finna punch you, but I'm finna evade, restrain, trying to figure out something. But it's just something I don't know if I could really try to bring myself to. Because if I hit you,
I'm telling you, man's like I'm not even gonna say that my boyfriend hits me because he doesn't hit me at all. He don't put his hands on me.
Your viewers probably
look, not at all. Look, cousins, if you're looking, doesn't hit, but it's like I know his strength, and I know that I get mad where I'm like, like you got my fucking nerves, like, and he'll be like, all right, and I'm like, look, I know what that means. But I know at the same time he not gonna hit me. But at the same time, when he do restrain me, because there's been a point where I hauled off and smacked his ass for some other reasons. But I have And it's been a
phone calls after this.
Look, I'm telling you, my dad. I already told my dad, so my dad knows. So it's been an instance where I did smack his ass for whatever reason, and I felt that, don't hit me no more. Like, keep your hands to yourself. And I was just like, look, I'm not gonna hit you no more. But like, wow.
Oh man.
I was like, wow. So I would say, like, ladies, listen. Don't put your hands on your nigga.
Do not put your hands on your
Please don't, because I'm telling you, if you're not ready for that instance where he going to come back and hit you with the shake.
That shake.
That shake. That shake is like, yo, stop. He's like, I got a headache thinking about it. Oh, my God. That shake is something severe. So... yeah, just go ahead and tell the people where they can, like, kind of find your social media, where they can find your music. Oh, yeah, your website. Go ahead and just kind of reiterate it for me.
HumbleKingdom.com. The kingdom is spelled with a Q. Humble King on Twitter and Instagram. Snapchat. I don't even get on Snapchat like that, but The Humble King for Snapchat. And, I follow back. Until I'm not, in control of my own social media.
Oh, yeah. So make sure y'all follow him now until he's not in control of it no more. And then you might not get a follow. Ooh, I'm glad I got my follow.
Yeah. I double tap, retweet. I'm trying to get famous like you. So
oh, my God.
Retweet. If you see something that you might rock with that I say, don't be afraid to retweet.
I always retweet what stuff I like. Talking about famous like me. I do be retweeting you. I do retweet you.
You must have somebody on that looks like me.
No, I retweet you. I do be retweeting you with the conversations you had. You be following my followers and going on. I be like,
Oh, so you see, I be talking to people that...
yes, I'm like...
I know some folk. I'm not just like some guy.
Look,
I went to school up here.
Where you go to school?
I went to UNCG.
Oh, that's it?
Yep. I'm from Charlotte, so I just went up here for college. I've been over at A&T a lot.
But
for the frat brothers, but that's really it.
Womp womp.
Ain't no move to the bros, do that too.
Womp womp.
Definitely. Why are you all bumping the greatest fraternity in the world?
I'm not even going to answer that.
That's a whole other interview.
Question. I have nothing against the bros, if that's what you're calling it. I just, like to be the pot stirrer.
The who?
The pot stirrer.
Oh, okay.
I wear my crown. I wear my crown high for that. The pot stirrer.
Is that the crown?
This is more like my bouginess. Like this is when I feeling bougie.
How do you spell bougie?
I spell bougie Keyana.
Ooh. Okay. Did not see that coming. Wow.
That's me. If you know.
That was pretty cool.
Thank you.
We need to save that one.
Thank you. I was gonna tweet it, but I know how lame my Twitter gets when I do my jokes. So I'm not gonna say it. But yeah, that's how I spell bougie.
But you need to say that clip. That'd be a good clip to post.
Thank you. I think we are gonna save that clip. That actually was a good one. So, but this is when this was inspired by my grandma. She told me that when you come of age, a real woman of age and dignity and, age like wine, you get a fur. So she graced me with my first fur.
This is your first
and
fur.
This is my first fur.
Okay, all right.
So my grandma, I know my grandma is just aging me out. You feel me? Just setting me on that path of wisdom. And I just appreciate because this is my favorite hat though. I'm not even gonna lie. This shit.
You want a coat to match?
Look, I think that's next.
Ooh, now she gets you the fur coat.
I think that's next. And I just told her if she give me a fur coat and I get me some leather gloves.
You're gonna be bougie in all caps.
All caps of my whole name.
Capital
K, capital E, capital Y, capital A, double N-A. And I'm just gonna be like, you have to blame my Scola.
That's her name?
She was named after her dad, Oscar. That's how you know it's old school, when you named after your father and you add an A. His name was Oscar, and then so they named her Oscola.
So what's your dad's name?
My dad's name was Todd. So he wanted to name me Tatiana. Because the T,
T's?
The T, Tot. And my mom was like, and you can name her Kiana. And that's how I got Kiana.
Okay.
Thanks. So.
Fits pretty well.
Thank you. And I was talking to myself. I was like, Tatiana. No. Like, if my name was Tatiana, I'd probably be lame. Like, no shade to the Tatianas, but Tatianas be lame.
No shade to the Tatianas. Oh, Lord.
You're
no
fine.
shade to the Tatianas, but the Tatianas be lame.
The Tatiana. But I had a great friend named Tatiana. But, you know, it is what it is. You know, if your name is Tatiana and you're not a lame, give me a like. Then I know you're not lame. But other than that, Kianas are always popping. Always cute. I never met an ugly Kiana. And knocking on this right here to make sure it just not happen.
Okay. Not too late. You should have done that before you said anything.
I'm still knocking.
It's like you just turned in a late homework assignment.
Look, I'm just saying I ain't trying to meet this. I hope not. I watch. I'm gonna text you and be like, bruh, you jinxed it.
No, don't blame me.
I'm gonna be like, you jinxed it.
Not I. You said that.
Alright, y'all. Thank y'all for joining me for this long, great interview with Ryan the Humble, aka Ryan Mitchell from Charlotte, North Carolina. Thank you for coming, folks. You know, I'm from Salisbury, North Carolina.
Now, before we end, that is not a real 704.
No.
That's like just writing name on a group project.
No.
Charlotte.
Salisbury starts the 704, and I'm gonna need y'all to give the credit because we the one that made the food line. We the one that gave y'all cheer wine.
But how does that make y'all 704?
The 704, because our area code is 704.
Our area code is 704.
Our area code is 7. No. Salisbury was definitely built before Charlotte. Before I exit, I want to do a quick, fact check. Charlotte was indeed built after Salisbury, North Carolina. For everybody that knows their history in the battleground city of Salisbury, North Carolina, please look it up and know that Salisbury has always been a 704 before Charlotte. And I'm going to leave y'all with that. So y'all have a great day. Thank you for coming to Artist Spotlight. See y'all next time.